big news happened last week for a record expansion fee of $110 million. The NWSL has its 16th NWSL franchise. It's coming to Denver, Colorado, set to play its first season in 2026. And to talk to us about it is the one, the only former NWSL superstar, friend of Attacking Third, friend of CBS, NWSL commentator, and perhaps the mastermind behind bringing Denver into the NWSL, Jordan Angeli.
Denver.
Vamos. All right.
Guys, I missed you.
Jordan, welcome back.
So nice to be here. Gosh, you guys, I was in on that last conversation, but we got to pivot back to NWSL. We got to.
Well, wait. Let us know. What do you think about that?
Give us your hot take.
Should everyone be going to Europe? What are your thoughts?
No, everybody should be coming to Denver, number one.
Hey.
Number two, I understand the push to go to Europe. I had a conversation actually with Sofia Huerta over the offseason at Lindsay Horan's wedding. I'm just going to drop those names and just, I'm back. I'm dropping names. And Sofia was like, thanks for supporting me and doing this. And I'm like, of course. I think that this is a really good opportunity and you should take the opportunities as they come. And I think that is a little bit of a wake-up call for NWSL, and we'll continue to see how that evolves the league. But you can't miss up those opportunities, like going to Chelsea, going to Lyon, going to Arsenal. So I think I would do it too.
Yeah,
if that was me and I had that chance, because I can always come back and play. But I think we'll see what happens in NWSL over the next couple of years.
They'll have to level up. They'll have to change. But they've already leveled up, frankly, because they are bringing an NWSL franchise to Denver. Jordan, congratulations. We are so proud of you. When they announced and they said, Denver, welcome to the NWSL, what the heck were you thinking?
You guys, I got to say that to everybody sitting in number 38 on Thursday. And it was, I don't know, it was such a surreal moment that I got to be the person, a little girl from Lakewood, Colorado, who had a dream of being a professional. And now, I feel so honored to be able to gift that dream on to so many young girls that live here in Colorado that one day want to play for the Denver NWSL team. So I think that was a really surreal moment when we found out back in December and things started to fall in place. And we had the official conversation with Rob Cohen via Zoom. And he was like, well, I wanted to tell you guys this in person, but I guess it leaked. We're getting the team. And I saw, potential stadiums and I saw potential colors. We're working hard behind the scenes to get all those things happening. I couldn't help but cry because it just feels like it's been a long time coming and something that has been a thought of mine for a long time. But the reality of the last 2 years and how hard we've worked as FDFC to figure out a way to bring all these people together who would really fund this team. It's the coolest. It's really honestly the coolest thing that I think I've ever been able to be a part of.
That's so awesome. I can't front, watching all the the leaks and the reporting happen, and I just couldn't help but think of you at the front of my mind, just because it's so awesome to see something it wasn't just an idea. It was a hope and a dream and a wish. And just to watch it kind of manifest itself into a movement a bit for Denver, and then kind of come into fruition. Not to keep you on the waterworks, but I thinking of you in the front of my mind, I brought out one of my favorite soccer relics. I think I might have shown you this before, but this is exactly who I thought of. This is who I thought of. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
This is 100% who I thought, because I didn't know you as a little girl, right? I knew you as this Jordan Angeli of the WPS, of the Breakers. So we're talking not just one, but 2 leagues that you have had experiences in, and as a former player. And that's part of what this next era of women's soccer in America also looks like. It looks like it looks like this. It looks like former players having a say in how things look moving forward. So A, I want to thank you for your efforts. And B, Jesus, I'm making myself emotional. And B, I just want people to hear from you, maybe some of the nuts and bolts, because how do you go from a wish, a hope, and a dream to Denver NWSL? What does that mean? What does it look like? I know it entails many, many steps.
Yeah, well, first off, let's start with you guys just being such a big part of this. I remember one of the first weeks at CBS a year and a half ago, we had a call with the commissioner, and I was like, I got to leave our production meeting to go talk to the commissioner. And you guys were like, what's going on? And you know, you had already known about Denver and FTFC and what we were doing, but you guys have been such a big supporting part of, you know, being there for me and helping me keep going after what feels like inevitably it wasn't going to come to Denver, or things weren't going right. And you guys just always supported. And I'm very appreciative of that. I'm also appreciative you didn't go like a super close up of that card, Sandra, because my facial expressions are something else. But how do you do it? Honestly, it's a lot of hard work. I think you start with this idea, and it was Tom Dunmore who came to me and said, hey, we want to bring a team to Denver. And this had been something I had talked with a number of people over the years, but I don't know where the money is in Denver, right? I didn't know who to connect with. I didn't know politicians. For me, I knew soccer, and I know soccer. And I wanted to, you need to find the right people who have that same crazy dream. And it was Tom and Ben who had that crazy dream. And Ben has really good connections politically in Denver, Ben Hubbard. And then Tom he built Indy 11. He built a cricket league. He built a snowboarding league that's about to launch. So he knows how to do sports entrepreneurship. And so as a group, along with Nicole Glaros, who came a little bit later after launch, but she came in the summer of 23, it was just like a really good mixture of people who knew how to make this work and all believed in the same thing. And the first conversation I had with Rob Cohen was actually, I was in Connecticut and working for CBS. And I remember leaving that convo, and it was the four of us from FDFC afterwards, and we're all on a Zoom, and we just look at each other, and it was kind of silent because we knew we found the guy. We knew we found the person who had that same crazy look in his eye to believe that this wasn't just a good investment, that this would be impactful for Denver, as somebody that is involved in the community, who has been a part of the fabric of building Denver into a bigger city. And he said, you know, we don't have a women's sports team, and our soccer team could dominate this city. And I loved hearing that from him. And so over the last 2 years, it has just been a lot of conversations. It has, it's a lot of hard work. It was a lot of hope that it would turn out to what it is, but there were little moments along the way, like that conversation with Rob and some of the other things where I just felt like I could almost already feel that we were going to get the team. Like I could feel like what it was going to be like on the first game of our inaugural season to stand in that stadium. And those little moments, I think, keep you going because you can start to see the dream become a reality.
Oh, Jordan, we're all getting emotional. I'm over here like,
perfect. At least it's you and not me this time, right? It's always me.
I'm gonna go next. Prepping myself. Something you just said just sat with me though, is you saying, I'm not an expert in all of this. I don't know who to go to, but hell, I know soccer, and you're an expert in soccer. WPS, NWSL, incredible analyst, and now part of a group bringing a professional team. I mean, you're one of those players that we look back at your playing career, and women's professional soccer is built on your shoulders in the United States. Now you're building your own team and stadium, and your experience is so invaluable. And you're also giving foreign players like me inspiration to do something like that. I mean, that's not something people even really think about. So I want to know what is different, from your experience, that you want Denver to be from any other franchise in the NWSL.
Well, thanks, Dee. That you said a lot of kind things right there. And one of the things I keep thinking about is I've kind of always been this, like, even when I was a player, like I wasn't flashy. I wasn't the person scoring all the goals all the time. Sometimes I had really good years, but I kind of just wanted to be a part of a team. And that was my favorite part about playing soccer. And I think I see that in the things that I do now, that being a part of a team is the most rewarding thing. And this is just a different team, right? I told somebody else, like, FDFC set the foundation, right? We built the defense of this team, and then we went out and we said we need our big players, like our 10 and our 9, our big money players, and we were able to find those. So it's just another version of being a part of a team and knowing your strengths and weaknesses. And I was really fortunate enough to be with some people with some really good strengths, including our ownership group now. Just really great people and incredible leaders. And I think Rob Cohen's going to do a really good job. And what do I want to be different? I think as we build this league and we continue to see it evolve, one of the things that we see is, one, we have to thank the players that have been here for a long time, right? These players that have stuck through, and not just stuck through some of the hard times, but have done it because they're living out their dream too. That it hasn't always been easy, maybe financially or in the place that they're playing, but they continue to play in this league because they know, like I knew, like you knew, Darian, that it was going to pay off for the next generation. And we're seeing that now with players getting 200 appearances, right? Or these things that we celebrate, they really have built this league to where it is. So I first want to say thank you to those players, but now we're seeing players want to stay in a place. They want to be a part of Kansas City Current, because I think that they're kind of Kansas City, Bay, maybe even Angel City. They're saying, hey, we got to build something for you. This has to be your home. This has to be a place where you feel proud and almost you feel attached to it. Like, hey, I want to protect this house. I want to make Denver NWSL my home, not just during the season, because that's how we played. We played during the season. We went home in the off season because we weren't making enough money to like stay in market. And, I had to live with my parents in the off season. I want this to be a place where people come and they say, I have my own training facility. We have our own training facility. We have our own stadium. There's a real pride in going out there because you feel home. You feel like you need to protect that place that has been built for you. And I want people to be invested in living here. And I've seen it in working in Denver sports for a long time. Once you come here to Denver, you don't want to leave. And it is just the best place to live. Colorado has so much to offer. And I want people to come to this team and stay here because they feel taken care of. They feel like they're really invested in. And I think that is one of the things that is really at the foundation of what we're building in Denver. And I hope that we see players play for our team for 5-10 years because they just love it and they feel like this is their home.
It's off to a good start for you because you're so earnest in this. And when you have someone that loves Denver so much that they want to stay there and they want to be there like yourself, it's encouraging others to come do that. Jordan, you were able to build this FDFC investment team, or whatever you want to call it. Now, because you are an expert in soccer, in the analyst stuff, there's a lot of good talent that comes out of Denver, including yourself, and comes out of Colorado. Now, you're not the head coach of this team, but if you were the GM and the head coach, who would you want to build Denver NWSL team around? What kind of player? Or, I mean, you can drop names for sure, but type of player do you want to see in Denver?
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because there are so many, you just mentioned it, Lisa, there's so many players from Colorado within this league. And I think it would be wonderful to have some of those players here because there's already, you already have support from those players and their families. And that's been one of my biggest whys in bringing this team here is I want these players to have a chance to play in front of their family. When there's 20 players within this league who are from Colorado, just imagine the stadium every weekend with somebody else's family filling a section. Like you already have a section of fans coming to watch somebody play. So of course I would love to have some Colorado talent, but I think Denver and Colorado in general, one of the things I've noticed about these players, and maybe it's something that I've seen in myself, is like there's a grittiness about us that we just want the most. We are willing to be patient and work hard and see success come. I think of someone like Ryan Williams, who, maybe wasn't as successful entering the league, but now has continued to develop herself over the years. That's grit. That is being able to believe in yourself and to continue to go when things are tough. And I don't know if it's our elements, our altitude, but there's grittiness about Colorado players. So of course I would like some Colorado players to be involved. I'm sure you guys can inquire about the names and talk about that within yourselves. But I really want players who want to be here. And I think that this is a great place to play soccer. There will be a home field advantage every time you step out onto the field. And I want players who are soccer savvy, who have this real intelligence about them, but are willing to put it all out there for the team, because I think that is the most important thing when you're talking about a team sport, a professional sport, is it can get so involved around someone, but you also need that person who is the leader to also say, this isn't about me, this is about the team, and we want success for the team.
Okay, Jordan, you're not giving us any names.
No, you guys can do it. Come on.
Okay, maybe you will.
You got it.
Maybe you will name this for us. So for people that will be coming to Denver in 2026 for the home opener, for all the home games.
You guys will be there for the home opener.
Yes.
I'm already putting it. I'm pitching it to your bosses already.
100%. A3 will be there. There's going to be a stadium for this NWSL team. And as a Denver resident, you now get to pick what restaurants you want in the stadium. So what is the number one Denver restaurant you want in the NWSL stadium?
I feel like this needs to prep me. Actually, I got it, because I love this place called Quiros Arepas. It's an arepa place, which I am obsessed with those. And I want them to be in there. I want an arepa shop to be in our stadium, because I will be having one every game when I am there. So obviously it needs to be there.
I like
it. You guys know what those are?
Yeah, arepas are delicious, man.
Yeah, I love arepas.
I didn't know there was a straight up like arepa culture in Denver. So you're putting me on. I'm gonna want that when I come out there.
I got you, Sandra. I got you.
Okay, Jordy, you've been saying this whole time we've been talking FDFC, and that is for Denver FC. That was the campaign that you came up with. Well, now you got the team. It's coming in 2026, and we want to pitch you names for Denver's NWSL team, and you have to pick one.
I'm all ears. Okay.
Okay. Darian, would you like to start?
I knew it was going to be me first.
Clear that throat. Here we go. Here's the best one coming at me.
That's right.
Jordan, you described Denver already as gritty, patient, hardworking. I was thinking of animals that are native to Denver. I didn't want to do something that's just, about the beauty of Denver. The gray wolves or wolves.
Ooh.
Imagine this. They're native to Colorado. They travel in packs. They're apex predators. They can run up to 40 miles per hour. And think of the celebrations when somebody scores a goal. Woo!
Nice.
Everyone's gonna be howling that stadium down. I don't know what that'll do for the wolves around. That might maybe like workshop that, but I think it should be Denver Wolves, Denver Gray Wolves.
Yeah. Okay. First off, there's no actual wolves in the city. They're like
Colorado.
So the wolves around aren't going to be like tempted by the howl, but I really, this is a good pitch. This is a really good pitch.
The iconic celebration being so loud, the wolves up in the mountains, up in Aspen. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Wow. I like the thought of the celebration being that loud. This is a good pitch, you guys. I don't know what you two have, but the first one is going pretty well. I'm liking this.
Listen, we did like when the rumors were starting, we did like a preliminary kind of shot at these. And I was thinking along the same lines, because I really just need more animals in the NWSL.
Yes.
Quite frankly, because it's like, there's a couple, and they're like cat-esque, like it's on like Utah Royal Lions. It's just like Utah Royals, right? And there happens to be a lion. It's not like NC Courage Cougars, but there is like a cougar-esque kind of animal. I just want like straight up animals at this point. And this was actually really difficult because I don't know if you know this, Jordan, but y'all got a lot of wildlife out there in regards to the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah.
I've done my research too. I was like, oh my goodness, there's a whole list. I can't show it to you because it's actually I had to put it in a Word doc. So I can't really hold it up like I did your card. But there's a ton, and I had a running list of them. And as much as I would have loved to see something like, I don't know, like Denver Rainbow Trouts FC or something, that's a bit of a mouthful. We can't go there. But something I noticed was that there's a ton of animals. You have elks, there's deer, there's mule deer, there's moose. Even I was just like, gosh, what's something that they all have in common? And I noticed that they all had antlers. So I thought maybe you can be Denver Antlers or just Antlers FC, something like that. And someone can come up. You've got great designers out there, I'm sure, locally. You can come up with some like a cool kind of Antlers-esque type of logo, and you could just be Antlers FC.
It's kind of like the Bucks, like
but it belongs to Denver.
But it's Denver, and I like this work on the research into Denver native or Colorado native animals. I like that. I actually thought you were going to say foxes, which there used to be a Colorado Foxes back in the day. And guess who was the coach of if you had to guess a person you guys know who was the coach of the Colorado Foxes, who would you guess?
Lauren Donaldson.
Yeah. Colorado Foxes, which I think is a cool name. It would kind of be a nice ode to the past.
Was it an indoor team?
No, it was an outdoor team. It was before MLS. Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. That could be a cool throwback. That could.
Yeah, foxes are kind of cool, but it was already there, so I don't know.
And maybe not like a whole fox, but just like a tail or something. That could be kind of cool.
Yeah, which is an ode to the past. Like the Rockies did that. The Rockies used to be a hockey team, and now way before NHL, and now they're the baseball team. So I don't know, kind of an ode to what used to be. Okay. Last but not least, I don't know.
Yeah. My turn. This is so odd that we all chose animals, but I went with an animal because we don't have enough of those. We don't have them in the NWSL when that is such a lethal mascot to have as a sports team because there's so many different ways and avenues you can go with it. So Jordan, I am pitching you Denver Huskies FC. They are an animal that is a dog that hunts. They have wolf-like tendencies, but they also love their home and they always come home. And that's what you want for the players of Denver in the NWSL. You want them to want to protect their home. They go in packs. Darian, this is so weird because
wolf-like, sounding like a wolf.
But the Huskies, I like it. That's what I'm going with.
I don't know. I like the antlers.
Yeah, you guys, really good choices. Of course, I've been thinking of some too. One of the things that I thought of is like a little ode back to, I think it was WPS. Yeah, now I'm trying to think. Yeah, WPS with the LA Soul. I thought Denver Soul or Colorado Soul would be really cool because
nice.
This is like the sunniest place in America. We get sun like 300 days a year. So I think a little ode to the sun, to like the soul within Colorado would be a really cool one. But if I had to pick one of your three, right? We've got the Wolves. Is it the Gray Wolves or just the Wolves, Darian?
It's, we can workshop it with your ownership team and, your
Darian's like, whatever will give
whatever
me the
makes sense.
Yeah.
Like whichever one you like better.
Wolves, Antlers, and Huskies. Sorry, Lisa, Huskies is out. Because I don't really Huskies are like a north thing, like up north. Wait, it's not us. I think out of these three, I gotta go with Darian's.
Wow.
And she pitched it really well. She pitched it. It was the pitch too of like
incorporating fan elements already. I love it.
Yeah.
You can have cute ears for the kids.
Yes.
Somebody in the comments said
I didn't think about that. They could have got antlers. You
could have got antlers.
You have a dope mascot.
You missed that part of the pitch,
I missed
Sandra.
out. Yeah.
And one of the cool things is we're working towards what the name will be. And so tag Denver NWSL on socials and tell them what you think the name should be, because that is something that they have, Rob talked about at the launch party, that it's going to be a collaborative effort, and it'll be really cool once we get to that place where we have a name and some colors, and it's going to be just around the corner. First game is kicking off in 13 months?
Crazy. That's crazy. The timeline is absolutely nuts. Okay, A3 fam, you heard Jordan. come up with your own Denver NWSL names, tag for Denver FC, tag Jordan. And we're going to spam you, Jordy, because if O3 if one of the people from Attacking Third fan base pitches a name that Denver uses, guys, we'll do something pretty cool for that one. That'll be fun.
Yeah, maybe they should just come to the opening game with you guys.
Sure. Yes, we're all going to be there. Everyone that listens to Attacking Third is going to be there in 2026. Good. 13 months. That's crazy.
I know.
Jordan, we're so proud of you.
Thank you guys. Yeah, I again couldn't thank you guys enough, and felt good to be back on here. Good to see you guys.
It is so good to have you, Jordan. Congratulations. Denver is coming to the NWSL as the 16th franchise team, starting play in 2026, all thanks to Jordan and her millions and millions of dollars that she has to throw at the team. We love it. That's it. We're going to close the show with you, Jordan, because we've missed you and we've missed having you. Guys, thanks for hanging with us. Thanks for joining us on YouTube. If you watched on Golazo Network, we so appreciate it. If you're listening anywhere as a podcast, thanks for hanging with us. Final thoughts for the people, Jordan? One final, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah. Should we just do Denver on 3? Like, you guys can join me. This is what I did before we went out on stage. I made the governor and the mayor and all of our investors do Denver on 3. Like, that's I was part of a team again, you know. It felt good. So should we do it? Denver on 3?
Yeah. Lead us in it.
All right. You can't wait to be a part of NWSL and see it happen in my hometown. So let's just give a good Denver on 3. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Denver!
Let's go.